Tēnā koutou katoa, malolele, whakalofa atu, bulavanaka, talofa, kia ora nā. Welcome back to the final match of the Pasifika Youth Cup for day 2 here at Bay Roskill, Tāmaki Makaurau, home of the Bay Roskill Vikings, ko Courtney Taidiaho, and joining me in commentary is TJ Ashford. And TJ, well, it's the final match, our 4th match of the day, and the rain, it's been relentless, it's still coming down, but supporters, they've come out to support these young players and watch the talent that's been on display so far.
Yeah, been some outstanding performances so far, even with the conditions, and we're down to our final game of today, and there's still some tough opposition to be played, so there's a few players to watch out for. Masonry Villa Te Rore, number 7 here for the Cook Island side, only young, however, can lead a side around the park quite well. And then obviously there's number 14, Antonio Alcoso as well, come through the Warriors system, played in the World Sevens a couple months ago as well, so another player to watch out for on the side here, coached by Manarangi Araki Cecil.
Yeah, that's the Cook Islands team there, and they went down to Tonga yesterday, 54-12, so they'll be looking for their first win as we see the Aotearoa Maori team come up on the screen.
Yeah, a few changes there number-wise, so you'll see there Tane Harvey playing in number 13 jersey, originally named in a different number. A few standouts to watch here, Harmy Herbert Loser in 6 for the Aotearoa Maori, won MVP in the under-16s, Auckland versus Rest of Schools at the end of last year as well. I also like the number 1, Jeremiah Cullen as well, been through the system, great player, very dynamic. Don't let his size fool you either, Courtney. He can tackle quite well. He's a very good defender, so look for those 2 players to lead this Aotearoa Maori side around.
Yeah, big shout out to whānau and friends who have turned out to support these players. As you can see, weather conditions atrocious is probably one word for it. The rain just keeps coming down, but also the wind. So if you're at home, this is live on Sky Sport across today as we see the referees enter the field, and we still have 2 more days of competition tomorrow and Sunday, so tune in across all weekend whānau live on Sky Sport thanks to Stream Shop as we see the Aotearoa Maoris enter the field. They did go down to Samoa yesterday in the Premiership side of the competition, 18-16, so both these sides searching for their first wins here as part of the tournament, as we see the teams entering the field to do the cultural challenges. But it has been such a great display of youth sport and also cultural pride, TJ.
Yeah, and a big thing for me is seeing the hakas and hymns from all the sides today as well. It definitely shows the passion that these guys all play with, and conditions are atrocious at the moment, and it's only getting worse, and you can see there how much love and support that they've got from their families that have come down there to support them. Jandals in the water, everything. It's great to see so many families still down here today supporting these young gentlemen on their career journeys with the rugby league.
Yeah, great fixture on our rugby league calendar here in New Zealand. A great opportunity for these young players to put their talent on display as we get to our cultural challenges. have it, the Wero, the cultural challenges have been laid by both these sides, performing their haka, a celebration of whakawhanaungatanga connection that we have as people of the Pasifika. And we've got a celebration of rugby league across these 4 days across this weekend, starting day 1 yesterday, continuing today, tomorrow, and then finals on Sunday. But not great conditions for these players. A big thank you also to our refs who have been going back to back. And you could see it in the broadcast, the wind sweeping across the ground. It's cold out there, the headgears were flying.
Yeah, we've had a few marquees and gazebos fly off the field as well at the moment, so they're tough conditions for these boys to play in. But we're down to our final game. There have been 3 great games so far today. Into our final clash between Aotearoa Maori and the Cook Islands. Both teams searching for their first win of the competition.
And the Cook Islands, they get us underway with the kickoff, running right to left on your screen. Aotearoa Maori with the first hit up, and strong there from the number 10, Nazaya Patua. And there's already been 3 great matches of rugby league already today. And as TJ alluded to, this is the final match of today, the 4th match, and both these teams looking to secure their first win of this competition. Oh, and great work there from Aotearoa Maori.
Yeah, what's happened here? Is that a penalty or loose carry? Looks like a loose carry turnover. It's a bit of a shame there too. That was a very good attacking set by Aotearoa Maori. Some good runs there. Acting half looks sharp already. Number 9, Kake.
And all the games will be live on Sky Sport across the weekend, whānau. So if you don't want to brave this weather, feel free to stay home. You can watch them all live. But a great opportunity also, as we see Aotearoa Maori defence driving the Cook Islands back, but a great opportunity for these young players to put their talent on display. We know that the Warriors have had some of their personnel down at the grounds. There's a lot of agents and scouts who are very interested in the players in this competition, as we see another turnover of the ball.
Yeah, no, it's just another platform for these kids to showcase their talents, and it's been outstanding. And again, not just the players, but we mentioned earlier the volunteers. You know, all the rugby league communities, the New Zealand rugby leagues, the Auckland rugby leagues, all the other districts around the nation as well that have just come to the fort to support such a good cause. And you know, the Pasifika people make up a huge population of our rugby league community at the moment, not just players but also support staff. So having opportunities like this to play for their home nation, their culture is a huge privilege and love for these boys.
Yeah, and you can see the passion and the pride that these players have through wearing these jerseys, as we see Aotearoa Maori on the attack, their second set of attack for the game. And we've seen it throughout this competition, and under these conditions, ball security ever important. We see Patua just straighten up and drive it forward for his team. It's the little 1%ers that are going to count, as you can see a bit of a river forming down there in the goal line, and you can see the rain just sweeping across, and it's what these players can do in these conditions, as we see a little kick through and a great chase. Looks like a try first up 3 minutes into the game to Aotearoa Maori, and the ball under these conditions just stopped dead in the in goal.
Yeah, that's got to be a tack that most teams have to do, applying their trade down this end of the field, and we've seen it in a few previous games as well. Nice little play there by Kake, eyes up play, just playing to the conditions. Great try there to number 10, Patua. But one thing I have to highlight, I think Aotearoa Maori are doing it outstandingly at the moment, and they've probably learnt from the previous games, and they're playing really direct at the moment. And in these conditions, it's important. They need to maintain that throughout the game for them to extend the lead here as well.
As we see the halfback, Wyndham Patuawa, going to take the conversion. Don't underestimate the strength of the wind here, whānau. It's coming across the ground, sweeping across the front of the uprights. You can see his jersey even there just blowing in the wind. The ball even coming off the tee. So it's been a tough day for kickers today, having to judge. But right in front, no drama there as he puts Māori ahead of the Cook Islands 6-0, and we see a replay of the try, and it's Nazaya Patua. He's been strong, even though he had one turnover early. He's had a really strong start for his side so far.
Yeah, good little push in there and kick chase there from the front right. Got some desserts there, some treats there for the good chase on the kick, and it's been a good start for Aotearoa Maori so far. But as we've seen in these contests already today, they must complete the set after points. Finish up with the ball down the other end of the field. Another good run by the try scorer.
Great run there. And you're right, Māori's playing just good direct football. Also very smart in these conditions. Just one out, straight up the guts.
Yeah, good push and support around the ball from Aotearoa Maori as well. So we see Te Waka taking the ball forward. He's been training with Warriors SG Ball over the pre-season as well. Had a few trials with the Warriors SG Ball.
As we see a kick over the top there, but it's gathered by the Cook Islands, and they'll have to work hard to get it out of their end. And as we no markers, so a shoot from acting half, but taken over the sideline. But unfortunately, looks like a second effort, so a penalty to the Cook Islands, and they'll be happy to gain this penalty to be, I guess, piggybacked in a sense out of their own end.
Yeah, we saw that in the previous game as well, just a bit too eager to drag them over the sideline. But players need to be aware, once momentum stops, that's tackle complete, so it's important. If they're going to be doing that, they must do it in the one momentum. So Leon Richard here, taking his first carry, captain on this Cook Island side. Haven't seen much of the ball as this Cook Island side either. I think they've only had 2 play the balls inside their own 20 so far. So let's see if they can do anything with the ball in good field position.
And a good driving tackle back from the Māori defence there, as Cook Islands, as you said, get a chance on attack. And the Cook Islands just taking it up, and a penalty is blown late in the set, which is unfortunate for the Māoris. Definitely not something you'll be wanting to do, give away penalties late in the set.
Yeah, it wasn't needed either. I thought they'd won the contact there. I know the attacker found his fronts, but definitely wasn't needed. It was a late penalty as well, which is a big coach killer. So it's important here. Aotearoa Maori worked himself back into this contest.
Cook Islands edging closer to the Māori try line, and we see another penalty. And it's something you need to do, is be disciplined, especially in these matches. It's a tough 4 days of competition, and having to defend back-to-back sets will start to take its toll on players. As you see, Cook Islands, we're seeing them down this end of the field now, a real opportunity for them.
Loose ball. How many times do you see that happen and the team comes up with 4 points?
Yeah, it's 6-0. Just over 21 minutes left in the half, 30-minute halves, whānau. And the Cook Islands, they are trying to test this Aotearoa Maori defence, as we see a great run there from the number 11 in Samuel. Just a good hit up to straighten things up for his team as they elect to go to the right edge. 5th and final, it's what they can do here with it on the last. Their halfback, he does a kick almost regathers it, but Aotearoa Maori come up with the ball. But a good play there from Te Rore, especially in these conditions.
Yeah, probably need to find the in-goal area there. However, it's taken out a lot of juice from this Māori side. So they need to continue working hard defensively. Managed to slow that play the ball down there as well, but looks like Māori are just coming down Main Street at the moment, just plugging away at the middle, playing well to the conditions.
Yeah, and you mentioned Jeremiah Cullen in the pre-match. He was dangerous yesterday, especially in these conditions. You know, the players with good footwork, especially around the ruck, able to move the defence of the opposition, and we see a kick there and it goes out on the full. And we've spoken about it earlier in previous matches, but kickers, they have to think about this wind and take it into consideration. And Cook Islands will get the ball back almost on the halfway line, so they'll be very thankful for that one.
Yeah, it's probably important to keep the ball low and drive it hard along the ground as well, especially in these conditions. They'll just turn the ball over in good field position here for this Cook Island side. Not sure what the hold-up is here.
Bit of time off from the ref.
Yeah, no, that's what it's supposed to be, a play the ball, not a tap restart, because the ball's kicked out on the full.
And Cook Islands with opportunity on attack now as they send the ball to the middle of the field. Oh, and a great run there from number 19, Ten Boom, earning a penalty as well. It's a bit of ill discipline creeping in to this match for Aotearoa Maori, putting themselves under some real pressure in this first half and giving the Cook Islands a lot of opportunity.
This might show how old I am, but I actually coached number 7 Te Rore's father a few years ago, Charlie.
His father?
His father, yeah, ex-Fox player, good front rower back in his time as well, played for Papakurasi Eagles, then ventured his way out east to Ellerslie Eagles, finished his career there. But it's good to see his young fella coming through the grades now.
Oh, and Cook Islands, they're getting closer and closer to that line as we see. Dummy half, looks like their hooker number 9, Palmer Akavi, shooting from dummy half. Already had a message through from his whānau saying they're supporting from Australia. So great to see those who can't be here able to watch the live streams in live on Sky Sport as we see the ball go over the sideline.
Yeah, Cook Islands there just failing to fire a shot in that attacking set. Just too much one-out plays, especially close to the line as well, not offering anything on attack. Probably need to throw a bit more shape there. So we see a nice run.
And we've got a line break here from Aotearoa Maori. It is a number 5, Dawson Putoko. He was dangerous yesterday with the ball in hand, wearing the number 5 jersey, but yesterday he was playing at fullback. Looks like it again today as we see a chip over the top. A great chase there. And it looks like Māori have come up with the ball after an arm wrestle between Māori and Cook Island players. And we see about 5 players there trying to take down number 14 and Toby Gibson. Play the ball close to the line. And the first try scorer looks for another, Nazaya Patua.
Back to the 10, young man.
As the ref tells him to take it back. But that was a good option by the Māoris to chip over the top. A great chase to regather the ball and apply the pressure to this Cook Islands team.
Great play.
Oh, great work there by Aotearoa Maori, and they will score their second try. And I just like the way that they stayed calm under pressure, especially in these conditions. And you saw their halfback, Wyndham Patuawa. he chose just to hold the ball, and once it was safe to pass it out to his winger to secure the try. And we'll see the replay there. They take it back to the 10 and they opt to go out to the left edge.
Yeah, this is a nice play here by Herbert Loza, squaring up on the 3-man there with a lead runner. Just identifying that they created the 2v1 out the back of shape there. And I believe that might be Sheldon Cooper that scored that try as well. Could be wrong there, Whānau, but great try there. We see an injured player coming off as well. Dawson Putoko made a great run to get his team into that position.
And just over halfway through here in this first half, and the Māori lead the Cook Islands 10-0. Kick to come all the way from the far sideline, if you can see, all the way over there to the top left of your screen, and you can see this is a great shot. The rain just streaming down, the wind behind the kicker. Oh, and I thought he had it. A great attempt, but conversion unsuccessful to keep the scores locked at 10-0. But a great start by Aotearoa Maori, who lost to Samoa by only 2 points yesterday, as we get another look at their second try here.
Yeah, I just feel they're being a bit more patient down here on the try line a little bit, so they're running some good structured plays around there, and you saw there the experience of Herbert Loza running a 7-snap play, they like to call it, just on the short side. The 4-man split, and then just squeezing up on that inside shoulder of 3-man, creating the space. So a nice little try there, executed by the two halfbacks playing on both sides of the field.
And finished off by number 2, Hayward, as Cook Islands kick off. And another chance here for Aotearoa Maori, as Tane Harvey, playing in the number 13 jersey, brings the ball up the field for his side. And you're right, TJ, I feel that the Māori, they've been aware of the previous games and how important possession with the ball is, and just doing the little things right, just like this, working their way up the field and securing that ball.
Yeah, sometimes as players we choose to overcomplicate the game a little bit, where, you know, in terms of the conditions, like Aotearoa Maori are doing the same thing here. Line ball there, getting over the advantage line, playing through the middle third of the field. And then just working off the back of it as well. So they're taking the opportunities as they come. So we see a nice little kick there with a good regather on the outside back here for Cook Islands. But that's a great set after points. As we see a knock on there as well. It's going to put another lot of pressure on this Cook Island defensive line.
Yeah, and it was a great gather of the ball by Ranginui there for Cook Islands. Unfortunately, just couldn't hang on to the ball. And Cook Islands will have to defend this set. Oh, we've still got some brave supporters here, Whānau, supporting this young talent that we have on display. And I tell you what, I'm not sure how these players are playing in these conditions. And they say rugby league, well, it's hearty as, isn't it? And this is a great display of that.
Yeah, definitely happy that I'm in the commentary box. You see all the umbrellas, casualties for today. We see Aotearoa Maori hot on attack here. Another fresh set up their sleeves.
Number 15, Levi Gwynn, had a strong carry of the ball. And it's possibly a try here. Another one, could be third for the game with just over 12 minutes to play, as it's awarded by referee Joseph Green.
Yeah, that try scored by Toby Gibson, I believe. It's just come onto the field, made an instant impact. We've seen this play quite a bit over the day. It's a nice little corners play there, bringing a big man back underneath. And again, Aotearoa Maori just playing smart, playing to the conditions. Bodies in motion around the ball. The hooker, Kake, very smart. So we see more casualties in the rubbish bin there of today's weather conditions.
And you can see Cookie flag flying proudly. But a good thing, I guess, about those casualty umbrellas, it means that there were supporters here, plenty of them. And they came out to support these young players, which was great to see, to bring the atmosphere. And as Aotearoa Maori go for the conversion almost right in front. But again, very strong wind, but absolutely nails it straight over the black dot to take Māori out to a 16-0 scoreline with just over 11 minutes to play in this first half. And I believe Aotearoa Maori will be very happy with the product of football they've put out in this first half so far, TJ.
Yeah, no, they've played a pretty good brand of footy, to be honest, at the moment. So, it's very cautious type of footy as well. They're ball in hand, and like I said, they've just got a very aggressive push around the ball, supporting the ball carriers. So what that does is isolates defenders to allow them to get a quicker play the ball. So very smart ball playing, as we see an error there, which gives Cook Islands the ball here.
A great opportunity for Cook Islands, as they've probably been starved of possession, to be fair, especially down this end of the field. A great opportunity for them, as we see their number 18 drive the ball up for his side, trying to gain some extra meters and yards to get them close to their try line. But good defense there from Aotearoa Maori.
Just going straight through the middle. Held up,
and he went oh so close there. I believe it was the number 6, Jade Burns, for Cook Islands. And just went down low, going oh so close.
Oh, great desperation there.
And great work by the ref to be in the position to be able to see that one. As Cook Islands still on attack, and he saw this, went oh so close to this try line. He's hungry for more. Is there 5'8" Jade Burns?
Yeah, he's pretty dangerous when he's got ball in hand, as Jade Burns, as we see a poor play there on last tackle. Missed opportunity, halves needed to get involved there. Look for the outside backs for Aotearoa Maori to get involved here, take some tough carries. Playing some simple basic footy, as we see an error there. Yes,
an error in the play the ball area. And yet again, another great opportunity for Cook Islands. And this would be, I believe, a sigh of relief for them, because Aotearoa Maori so far in this match have been really strong coming out of their own end.
Yeah, they've been good with ball in hand as well. So I think I remember the last time they made an error, New Zealand Māori, other than that kickoff that just happened, and then so they've done really well. But Cook Islands definitely need to throw a little bit more attacking flair at them down here close to the try line. And I don't necessarily mean by going wide, they just need to probably throw a few more structured ruck plays at them, just make that defensive line guess a little bit more for the Aotearoa Maori.
As their captain in Leon Richard takes the ball up for his side, trying to ignite some energy, trying to inspire his side. A good strong run there from the number 11 in Samuel. Cook Islands going close again, testing the Māori defensive line. Oh, and we see a little chip through the line, but gathered up by the halfback for the Māori as he tries to find his way back into the field of play, and he does so well as a halfback. Patuawa, he did really well there to get his team back in the field of play. Yeah,
there's probably a rushed position there with that kick there. They didn't quite complete the full set of 6, and sometimes when you're chasing the scoreboard, it applies a bit of pressure on you to score points quickly. So just failure to grind that out there, as we see Aotearoa Maori look to go wide.
Yeah, there's just over 7 minutes to play, and they're up on the scoreboard 16-0, so they decided to shift it out to that left edge, as we see a strong run here from Toby Gibson, I believe it is. But Māori looking confident in their play, shape to kick, but then opted to send it out wide. And they've got a strong run here from the number 3 in Pānui, and then unfortunately a loss of possession, but you can see what they were trying to do.
Yeah, some good kick pressure applied there from Cook Islands, forced Aotearoa Maori to go wide and not execute the kick. But they just ran out of space there out on the edge, and conditions helped them out a little bit there, and probably lack of options to capitalise on that missed opportunity. but very lucky there not to concede another try. It was Cook Islands. You want to make sure we're pushing up on both sides of the ball here. So see Cook Islands now working himself out of their own half.
Oh, and a driving tackle back in defence from this Māori side, and by Jeremiah Cullen leading the way. You said he's not big in stature, but boy, can he tackle.
Yeah, I know he's wearing the number 1. I traditionally see him playing at the 9 as well in the hooker role, but it looks like today with young Kaki out there as well, Jeremiah's playing a bit of lock forward, so a bit of a small body, but knows how to get a team around the field, and again defensively he's not afraid to tackle as well, so good player is Jeremiah Cullen.
But Cook Islands just going straight up the middle of the field here. Good work by as I say it, a drop ball and a turnover in possession. Just over 5 minutes left to play. And it's usually around this time of the match that we do see these unforced errors starting to creep in as bodies get tired.
Yeah, a few little mistakes now, back-to-back errors from both sides on both of these. So we see Mr. Cadman, the referees boss association's boss there anyway.
Lone Ranger
assessing our on-field officials, making sure they get the development required as well. So we see young Sheldon Haywood take a nice carry for his team out of their own half.
And a big thank you to the referees for making themselves available. It is pre-season, but it's great to have the caliber of refs that we have for this competition, for these young players to get used to playing underneath these top referees in our country. And they've been playing oh so well with all the talent on display as Aotearoa Maori are on attack, and they've been looking strong this whole first half, and great work there. Oh, they send it out to this right edge, a right foot step back in from Pānui. We saw him just moments earlier showing the skill that he has. And we see a little chip through, but unfortunately too much. And probably we're looking for a repeat set, if any.
Yeah, he kicked it hard enough there for the ball to stop, but I think it just went a little bit too far. As wow, you saw the conditions there play a big part on that pass, but again, 3 minutes left. Cook Islands need to try and find their way on the score sheet here as we look to go short side.
And Jade Burns, he's been showing a lot of passion for his Cook Islands side, and he wanted to get things going quickly, and he sees space down that right edge. But unfortunately in these conditions, sometimes it's better to just look after ball security and play a tighter game as Cook Islands opt to come back towards the middle of the field. Cook Islands on attack, still in their own half of the field. Just over 3 minutes left to play as they get close to the halfway line. Oh, and great work there by the halfback Turore. But unfortunately, another loose drop ball from Cook Islands. Māori, they'll look to consolidate here, make the most of this opportunity. Few brave supporters out in this weather. 2.5 left to play, 16-0. Māori over the Cook Islands. With a scrum to Aotearoa Maori here. It's Carl, no, possibly at the back. And their halfback, Wyndham Patuawa, just working the ball up for his side.
Another good carry there by Te Waka Pōpata. Still got 2 minutes here to defend their try line as Cook Islands. So we see the late footwork there by Jeremiah Cullen. Look for them to work to this outside post here, and then Herbert Loza to get his hands on the ball. So we see nice footwork by the big fella. Don in for his second try of the game as well.
Big Toby Gibson there.
Gibson.
Great work, and oh so hard to stop. So close to the line. But you can see it here. He just sees the whole little bit of footwork and then just backs himself all the way to the try line. And they'll be happy with that one right before half time with just under 90 seconds left of this match. but great work, and I feel great control by this Māori's team so far in this first half.
Yeah, playing simple but effective footy, and yeah, I can't help but feel that was set up by the last time that they were down there, how they threw that structured play. They had the same sort of shape, worked to the same point on the field, just executed slightly differently, but came away with the same result in the end there. So I thought the boys, Aotearoa Maori, have done well to come back after the few back-to-back errors now. But definitely not what the Cook Island side needed, just 1 minute, 2 minutes out from the halftime break.
Aotearoa Maori leading the Cook Islands 20-0. Kick to come. Strong wind sweeping across the field. And he got one in a very similar place earlier, and he does it again to take it to 22-0. And great work there by Aotearoa Maori, especially in this first half. Great control, and Cook Islands, they'll be looking for this halftime hooter just to take a chance to regroup and regather and to come back out for the second half.
Big Toby Gibson, not only a good leader of the haka, but also a good try scorer, putting 2 tries on the board for his Aotearoa Maori side.
Halftime here at the Pasifika Youth Cup. It is Aotearoa Maori leading the Cook Islands 22-0. Halftime at Bay Roskill, home of the Vikings. No Mai Hoki Mai Pasifika Youth Cup live on Sky Sport. It is half-time of our final match of the day. Aotearoa Maori leading the Cook Islands 22-0. And some very wild, wet and wild, windy weather conditions, but we've still got some very proud supporters here to cheer on our young talent on display, and it's been all the way of Aotearoa Maori with their first try of the day going to Nazaya Patua.
Yeah, strong play there, acting half, Kakie just comes out, and their middle forwards have done an outstanding job here for Aotearoa Maori today. You see the second try coming by way of Sheldon Hayward as well. Herbert Loza just shaping up down that short side, creating some space out there, creating the overlap. You see the big man himself, Mr. Gibson, tying back in behind the ruck here, identifying a bit of a smaller defender on the try line there, and goes through for his first 4-pointer of today's clash. And this might be his second one, is it? No, replay of that first try there, and just busts through, opens up the score sheet for himself. And we saw this play here again, Gibson coming down that short side with late footwork at the line, going through the space there, and that was just 2 minutes before half time too, Courtney.
Yeah, very strong here. Aotearoa Maori leading the Cook Islands 22-0 at half time. Don't go anywhere, whānau. All the second half action coming up live on Sky Sport. No Mai Hoki Mai to the Pasifika Youth Cup here at Bay Roskill, home of the Vikings, and it is our final match of the day. Aotearoa Maori leading the Cook Islands 22-0 at half time. Got another 30 minutes left to play our final match of the day under wet and wild conditions. But a great display of our youth through rugby league. Great display of culture as well. It's been a great 2 days so far. We still have 2 days, tomorrow and Sunday. And it's great to see the support also that has been shown by supporters, by their whānau, by their friends, as Aotearoa Maori kick off all the games live on Sky Sport. Thanks to Stream Shop as Aotearoa Maori kick off, and Cook Islands with the first hit up of the second half. But all momentum has been with this Māori side in the first half.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be a long way back for this Cook Island side. However, they still have time on the clock, but they have to be the only try scorers in the second half. So Aotearoa Maori do an outstanding job, winning the middle third of the field, as we see a late offload here.
And that's that Pasifika flair that we like to see as part of this Youth Cup. The flair that these young players have, even in these conditions, just to chance their arm. As you can see in the background, the conditions that these players and referees are out in the field in. It's a kick early, and it stays in, but then ends up finding
40-20
touch.
again.
40-20. TJ has caught it.
Yes, third one of today. Jeez.
Yeah, and it's been great to see across this competition players kicking 40-20s, and they've all come actually from teams playing left to right with a strong wind behind their backs.
Yeah, I'm surprised, especially it's taken so long for some of those teams to catch on as well. We saw it wasn't till the second half in that first clash today where they started utilising the conditions a little bit more. And, you know, although the day's probably not the best weather to play in, those are the types of things as footballers we need to use to take a slight advantage when we can. But it was a great opportunity for Cook Islands. Smart decision there by the half.
As we see their captain Leon Richard going close to the try line, and Cook Islands with a great opportunity in the first 2 minutes here of the second half. Just driving forward, but held up in the end goal, and they'll take it back to the 10. But great pressure here from Cook Islands, building on from that 40-20 kick just to shift the momentum and to lift the energy and ignite this team at the start of the second half down on the scoreboard. Opting to come out to this right edge, but unfortunately couldn't hold on to it. And opportunity gone begging with Aotearoa Maori coming up with the ball. And see is shoot down the short side from their winger, but unfortunately Sheldon Hayward, I mean, he saw the open field in front of him, as we see here. A turnover of possession from the Cook Islands.
Yeah, they had them for numbers there too, Cook Islands, but they just, again, a drop ball there, meaning Aotearoa Maori had the opportunity there, and Hayward identified some space. He made the right decision, but the old sausage grip there.
Just not securing the ball.
It's a basic fundamental of rugby league. It's our grip and carry. But gives Cook Islands an opportunity here to get themselves on the score sheet. And we've saw in the previous games as well that once teams get an opportunity to score some points, it just picks up on their energy.
Oh, and great work here from their hooker, Palmer Akavi for Cook Islands. As they send the ball back towards the middle of the field, this Cook Island side. And they really like this right side of the field. We see a chip through. Good chase there from the Cook Islands. Was it possibly touched in goal? No. So Aotearoa Maori will have the restart from the 20, looking to take it nice and quickly, but the referee says no.
Probably went the wrong way there. The other side's got the big puddle, would have stopped the ball from rolling dead. But it was a nice little kick in there. Just a few bodies around there as well. Could have had an opportunity to dive on the ball. But it's an opportunity going begging for this Cook Island side. Now Maori have a 7-tackle set up their sleeve.
Maori on attack here, just over the halfway line, edging towards the 40, using ball in hand, especially under these conditions, sending it out to their right edge, but managing to keep the ball infield. And good structure there from the Maori. Controlled football is what they've been playing all game, as they see a attempt at a kick through, and they've regathered it. Played out by the Cook Islands, so should be 6 again. Oh, and a charging run there, just up the middle from Nazaya Patua. It's a try scorer. Oh, great ball out the back. And Aotearoa Maori just drifting. I dare say a lot of these players would have been playing touch football during the summer. You can see a sense of it coming into the game there.
Yeah, that's traditionally not what the Māori have been doing in this game so far. They've been playing through the middle and then obviously creating space out wide. They just went a little bit side to side for my liking there. But they got an opportunity here to extend the lead.
And they go out to the right edge. Oh, and it is number 16 for the Māori side. Robin Proctor Harwood, I believe, decided to go on his own. As we see the replay here, we'll have a closer look at it. They send the ball out to the right edge, a cutout ball.
Yeah, that's pretty tough to do there too. Not much space down that short side, and they've caught them out on the edge with a great long pass there by the halfback and Proctor Harwood. Just with the slightest bit of space and managed to get a good in and away there and extends his team's lead to 26 points to 0. The kick to come.
Yeah, the halfback Wyndham Patoawa there opting for the cutout pass. Courageous in these conditions, but it paid off well. Good trust too, I believe, if you're able to do that in these conditions. Good trust among this team and the outside backs there.
Yeah, it helps not having scoreboard pressure as well. You know, being up 22 points to 0, it allows you to chance your arm a little bit more as well without the pressure of the team coming behind you at the moment. But again, it was a good play by the halfback there, and Proctor Harwood showed some good individual skill with a good in and away and defend, dotting down for his first try of the contest today.
As we see the attempt at conversion, and it's waved away. I thought it was good, but on closer inspection, went oh so close. It's been great attempts at conversions from Wyndham Patoawa for this Māori side. A great kicker as Māori lead the Cook Islands 26-0, just over 22 minutes to play. And next month, for the first time ever, the NRL All-Stars match will be played here in Aotearoa in Rotorua. New Zealand Māori will be taking on the Indigenous on February 11th. Squads were named just 2 nights ago. Talent across both teams, and very exciting, whānau. So if you have the opportunity, get on down there and support.
Yeah, man, we've been, starved of rugby league over here in Aotearoa at the moment, and it'll be good to have such a great clash with some great players here attending, especially in Rotorua, which, although it's the home of Māori Rugby League down there annually, it's probably not where majority of the big games are played, so it's good to have some footy spread around the motu at the moment.
Yeah, and this Pasifika Youth Cup, we've spoken about it earlier, but as we see the hooker there for the Māori, Jordan Kake, just get some metres for his side, Jeremiah Cullen as well. But it's great for these younger players to see the pathways that are available to them. There's the NRL All-Stars, we've seen Mate Matonga, Toa Samoa, and great to see the opportunities that these young players can see if they continue on their rugby league journey.
Yeah, it's been a tough couple of years for rugby league in New Zealand, especially, with the lack of games and opportunity here due to COVID. People seem to think that the opportunities are overseas, but it's opened back up now, which means the pathway, you can still be noticed here in New Zealand and get to spend the time with your family as well, which is great. I believe that's the best thing for a young player coming through. So it's important that kids are aware of those pathways coming through, and there's some great competitions being held, but not only by the nations here at the PAC, but NZRL and all the districts around the country as well.
And also with One Warriors, they've got the Warriors Academy, and they've got their pathways and development. So, and great for these young players too on screen to be able to showcase their talent. So it's great to have rugby league, I would say, back in New Zealand and thriving, and start our year off this way, watching our young players on display at the Pasifika Youth Cup, as we see Māori with the ball, working the ball out of their own end, leading the Cook Islands 26-0. Oh, and great footwork there. Almost broke through.
Herbert Loza.
That's it, Herbert Loza. Almost saw an opening. As we see a penalty there.
Yeah, shoulder charge on there. Hopefully nothing too serious as well. He's come out of it a bit sore. For those people watching at home, must use your arms in the tackle, guys. Safety reasons for that. So hopefully the young front row is okay. maybe just having a slight breather. 20 minutes to go.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's done some good work today too. But again, Aotearoa Maori in good attacking position here. Have to give a shout out to JD as well. Big man there at Aotearoa Maori. Thank you for the pineapple lunch, JD. We appreciate your support.
Yeah, him and all his whānau have been here the last couple of days. They'll be here all across the weekend as we're bringing you all the action live from Bay Roskilde on Sky Sport. Oh, and a show and go there from Aotearoa Maori. As they are on attack and they're going close to the Cook Island line, looking for another try.
Yeah, last play here. Let's see what Aotearoa Maori can dish up. So look to go to Herbert Loza. Puts one close to the line. Foot out there, yeah, good call by on-field official. Offside play there, deflecting off the feet of one of the Cook Island players.
Yeah, players, they moved to the left, but he didn't even look like, and he wanted the kick through and able to get the ball back for his side just due to an offside from the Cook Islands. Probably not playing with as much structure as we saw in the first half.
Yeah, again, that could be instructions from the coach as well, just to test your armour in a few things and get better in a few areas as we see a drop ball there. So it really depends on how they see it playing out. But the next 2 days, by the look of the weather forecast, is going to be pretty identical to what they've got here today. So it'll be good to continue working on structures and set pieces based off potential weather forecasts over the next 48 hours as well. As we see Aotearoa Maori looking to put their first win on the board here over the weekend.
Yes, and this is the Premiership pool. Samoa and Tonga are also part of this Premiership pool. Samoa undefeated so far, beating Tonga in the match before this one just by 2 points. They also beat Aotearoa Maori yesterday by 2 points. So, I mean, if we're looking ahead to the future, Aotearoa Maori and Tonga will play each other tomorrow. Probably the winner of that will be the one to go through to the final against Samoa if things pan out as they are as present. So like you said, TJ, probably a good opportunity this match for Aotearoa Maori to get their structures in play, knowing that tomorrow they have a very big game ahead.
Yeah, it is going to be a big clash. I'm hoping it's not the first one tomorrow either, because I might be missing that game due to coaching commitments. But yeah, that's going to be the match of the round for tomorrow for me, like providing Samoa win that clash as well. So it's going to be an important fixture for them. But again, I can't pick them at the moment. I know Aotearoa Maori probably going to come away with the victory here, but Tonga were also very close to topping Samoa, and they played majority of that game with 12 players, so they were a man down. So it's going to be a good contest down here at Blockhouse Bay Reserve. So if you're at home, want to come watch some live action, come down to the park.
That's it, come on down. Plenty of food stores as well. Plenty of supporters were here earlier. A great weekend of rugby league still in store, but for now we've got just over 15 minutes left of day 2 of the Pasifika Youth Cup. As Cook Islands looking to get on the scoreboard, they're on attack 20 metres out. As they go close and close, trying to find a way through the Māori defence. They haven't had success so far. Oh, and we see offload out the back, but unfortunately probably not the right play there. And probably needed some more depth on attack, the Cook Islands. You could see what they were trying to do.
Yeah, they just failed to execute it there. And again, a quick play the ball there. They had some attacking options down that short side. But Aotearoa Maori showing a lot of energy here, working the ball out of their own half. So we see another good carry by one of the outside backs, working himself out of trouble. Kake has been outstanding for me today. I do know, as we see a little break there, Aotearoa Maori is still going. I do know the Kake family, so maybe he's potentially related to them as well. Shout out to the Kakes tuning in, watching.
And Jeremiah Cullen with the ball. smaller man, but it was great work by the outside backs earlier in this set as the referee. You can see the players resting there. You are allowed to name 20 on match day, unlimited interchange to allow management of these players across these next couple of days of rugby league, as a referee just chatting to the Cook Islands there.
Yeah, not sure what that penalty was for. Could have been a potential high shot, but official Joseph Green probably just trying to settle it back down again before it gets too carried away. Good run.
Good run there by Eloy. Almost breaking through the Cook Islands line of defence. Gets to play the ball away, and it is number 22 for Aotearoa Maori. And you can see when one player puts their hand up and does the hard yards, there's another one waiting to go, and they all want a piece of it. But unfortunately, lost the ball. Looks like in the play the ball, which is unfortunate because there was some good work done there by the Māori side.
Yeah, just not staying on his feet there on the play the ball, so good call again by Joseph Green, the official. They're very lucky there too, because if that pass had gone through, I believe the number 10 for Aotearoa Maori was under the post.
Cook Islands with the scrum. 13 minutes left to play, down 26-0 on the scoreboard. But they're down the wrong end of the field at the moment as they try to make their way upfield. As you can tell you what, you can really feel that rain and wind coming down. It's what these players can do under these conditions. Who can inspire this Cook Island side and where it's going to come from? But a driving tackle back there by this Māori side. That's the kind of energy that you want from your team on defence. And you can see the line speed, they're up and they're able to get a charge down. Unable to then regather the ball. Otherwise, it was a great defensive effort from this Māori side.
Yeah, good tackle again. Kake, smaller defender, but defending quite well today. He's been really good out of acting half as well, getting us forward, some front foot footy. Cook Islands look for that 40-20 option as well, failing to capitalise on that opportunity. I'll be sending a message to Hengi or JD to send the car over to pick us up after this.
We might be swimming back across the field.
Maybe a boat, maybe to come pick us up. But yeah, it's been horrendous today. But there's been some outstanding footy played by these young men, especially under the conditions today. So Aotearoa Maori hot under attack. You can see Herbert Loza there organising a structured play here. Expect him to get his hands on the ball, either on this next play or the one after.
And Pānui there with the ball for Māori. And as you say, Kake, silky hands out of dummy half. And it looks like a possible try here to the Māori side as referee Joseph Green awards it. Great work from Aotearoa Maori to make it 30-0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, another simple but effective play right down Main Street. And my MVP for this fixture definitely goes to Kake. Good deception there, just jumps out, bites the marker. A nice line there by number 22 as well. Sorry, we've got a team sheet here, but it's a bit tough. But yeah, it's a nice try there, extending their lead.
As you can see, the rain coming down. It's also happened to get on our team sheet, Whānau, so a few of our numbers and names are a bit blurry. But great work there by Aotearoa Maori as Herbert Loza will go to kick the conversion.
The try scorer was Marju.
Kalani Marju with the try and a kick conversion successful to put Māori 32-0 on the scoreboard over the Cook Islands by Herbert Loza there. As we have another look at this try. And Kake, just a great ball from dummy half and a strong run there from Kalani.
Yeah, that was a nice little tight block run there by Kalani as well. Maju, again, MVP for this fixture, definitely has to go to Kake. Jordan Kake is the captain of the side today as well. So Cook Islands were lucky not to give away a penalty there on the kick-off offside. So we see Gibson back on the field now with another big carry, hoping to get his third try for today.
Yeah, he's been strong for this side. Has had a rest and is coming back on with just over 9 minutes to play. So we'll be looking to have some impact for this Māori side as they try to make their way out of their own half. Another strong run from Yeloi there. Hard to take down in the tackle, but finally goes to ground. 1 metre out from the halfway line. As Aotearoa Maori on attack. A great run in there. Oh, what a line. And all the support. Unfortunately, could not find hands. There was about 4 players there, and it was a great set play from Aotearoa Maori, but unfortunately in these conditions couldn't quite pull it off.
Yeah, nice little short ball there by Herbert Loza. Puts a second row through space, and it's a 3v1 opportunity there. They just couldn't ice the opportunity. Simple catch and pass on the move there. Just those support runners as well, just guilty of running away from the ball there.
As Cook Islands with the ball now, they are on attack. And they've got just under 8 minutes to try and make a mark on this scoreboard to get down the other end of the field. But the Māori defence, we saw it earlier, they are making it tough for this Cook Islands side. They've got good line speed and forcing the error there. Toby Gibson comes up with the ball. Great work by the big man. Safe hands and just goes to ground for his side. Kake in a dummy half, giving good ball to his number 11, Popata Henare, as they look, cut out ball out to the right edge and goes out to number 16, who's already scored a try, goes oh so close, Proctor Harwood, and does he get it? He does. A try has been awarded off the back of a drop ball by the Cook Islands, and we see it here. Just steps back another step, beats a couple of the Cook Island players, and we are playing whānau to the blue lines. Can be hard to tell with the white lines also there, so that is a try to Aotearoa Maori, making it 36-0. I like the work of the centre in Pānui and the hands and the game awareness to send it out to his winger in Robin Proctor Harwood with the kick to come.
Yeah, that's a second try for today. He's just proved too strong out there on that edge. I believe he could be the younger brother of Johnny Proctor Harwood as well. That's come through the system. Played through a few of the South Auckland teams and Pukekohe Pythons Junior, also at Manurewa Marlins as well. Come through the Warriors system. Had a little bit of a stint in SG Ball, I believe, with the Tigers. Now back home here, playing for his local side, Pukekohe.
And the conversion unsuccessful for this Māori side, but a good effort from Herbert Loza, and it just hit the crossbar. But I mean, a brilliant effort under these conditions. You can see it there. We can barely keep our cameras dry.
We're about to fly away in the car, I believe, too.
We are.
The wind's picking up.
It's getting wild. Just over 5.5 minutes left to play, and so I want to give a big shout out to our players, our teams, our match officials, our referees, the Bay Roskill Vikings volunteers, all of those who are making this all possible, especially under these conditions. Big thank you as we almost come to a close of day 2 of the Pasifika Youth Cup. Aotearoa Maori on attack from the kickoff after scoring their try. It's been all their way in this match.
Yeah, big shout out to all the sponsors of all the teams as well, you know, getting behind these young men and helping them out with their journey. I know it costs a bit of money. Some of these players have come not just from the Auckland system, but from around the rest of the country in New Zealand and also Australia. So we see a little break there by Aotearoa Maori.
Oh, and it's
Gibson.
big Toby Gibson looking for another try as he scores at 4.5 minutes, and the celebrations coming in thick and fast as referee Joseph Green points to the spot. But it was great work there, already off the back of their last try from the kickoff. A great set there from Aotearoa Maori. And they chance their arm, and we can see it. They're coming out of their own end. And number 21, great footwork, Patelesio. And then it is Gibson who's able to finish it off. But the hard work of this Māori side down in their own end of the field to work the ball out. With another kick to come, 40-0.
Yeah, they'll definitely probably be looking at potential for and against as well in points differential, especially with the contest coming down to a tight finish tomorrow. If they get a victory and Samoa to lose, it could come down to points differential potentially for that first and second spot. So you can see there Herbert Laws are trying to rush the boys around, hopefully to try and extend their lead with 3.5 minutes left on the clock.
Well, that's it. Māori leading 42-0 over the Cook Islands. Tonga beat Cook Islands yesterday 54-12, and Tonga and Māori will play each other tomorrow, and possibly the winner of that will go through to the final. So it could come down to points differential depending on how things play out across tomorrow. So points very, very important for this Māori side. Cook Islands kick off yet again. Oh, it's hard to judge under these conditions. Referee said backwards. The ball went backwards, so Māori, they keep possession of the ball as the try scorer Toby Gibson went to ground and plays the ball. And Māori, they'd be confident. They were in this position only a few minutes ago and were able to go the length of the field with just under 2.5 minutes left to play. They've still got a lot of energy and fight left in them. You can see it. Oh, and a great ball there and a great run by Herbert Loza. And they're throwing everything they can at this Cook Island side as they just straighten up and come back towards the middle of the park in Pōpata Henare. Oh, and Māori, they work it through the hands. Yeloi, flick pass out the back, but didn't find anyone. A chip through. Yeloi, he does another kick through as they chase. And Cook Islands come up with the ball.
Yeah, great desperation there by the fullback from Cook Islands, saving his team a try there. And again, it's going to be one more defensive set here where they have to defend their try line. Aotearoa Maori, hold on attack. I'm backing Gibson in for his fourth.
And it is, looks like kicked into touch out on the full from the dropout. Unfortunately, too much on it there with the wind just carrying the ball. 1 minute left to play. Aotearoa Maori, they have the ball 20 metres out. They'll be looking to put some more points on the scoreboard and really finish this match off. But a bit of confusion. Who's going to take the tap for this side? But it will be their captain, Kake, who has been impressive. And as you said, Gibson, you backed him. And just like that, a try and too easy there. They almost looked like, they even fooled me. It looked like they didn't know what they were doing, but maybe that was part of the plan. Kake to Gibson, it's worked all match, and it's worked yet again with 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, bit of foolery around that defensive line there, just with the dummy on the tap there. And again, Gibson, he's been outstanding today. He probably hasn't played big minutes, but he hasn't had to. He's come on, he's been effective. He's done some tough carries. And at any stage, if a front rower gets 4 tries in a match, give the man his props. So he'll be watching this replay over and over again. So Mr. Gibson, well done. Congratulations on your performance today.
Put it on his highlights reel.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Of course. He's been great, and as you said, we saw him feature early in the match. had a break and come on as an impact player. Conversion successful, well done there. And that is full time as we hear the full-time hooter. Aotearoa Maori win this one, our final match of the day of the Pasifika Youth Cup, 48-0 over the Cook Islands.